And welcome back to another episode of the Double Doink Podcast. My name is Brendan Deek. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated. You can also rate the podcast and review the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. It would also be greatly appreciated. Our NFL Draft Prospect Interview Series concludes today, and we're saving the best for last, baby. We got offensive tackle from William & Mary. Andrew Trainer is with us. Andrew, how we doing, brother?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you so much for taking the time. I greatly appreciate it. So I kind of just want to start here. What's the process been like the last couple weeks, last 10 to 14 days? How's the mind thinking? Are you sad, happy, anxious? Just give me what's going on inside that brain of yours and what just the process has been like the past couple
Yeah,
weeks.
I mean, there's a lot going on. I'm really just like we were talking before, I'm just really kind of anxious to figure out where my next step's going. But I mean, I had some great advice. I'm kind of in that mindset of really blessed to be in this position, but also knowing I worked hard enough to get myself to this spot. So I'm really just kind of letting everything happen, and then we'll see where it goes.
So what have you been doing just workout wise? Like, have you been working out with certain people, like certain trainers? Like, what's the kind of the physical process been like?
Yeah, I mean, a big focus for me, I mean, I'm definitely trying to work on mobility. And then one thing I've really noticed that separates a lot of good linemen in the NFL is core strength. So,
yeah,
just stuff that, anything I can add to my game. So, yeah, I'm really working on anything and everything that I think can help.
A lot of bench presses lately.
Not as much. I mean, yeah, I will, still working out, but yeah, just working on new things that I really, think I need to address.
All right, Andrew, let's go back to your childhood. So you grew up in Alexandria, Virginia, correct?
Yep.
So why don't you walk me through your childhood? What was it like being a kid in Alexandria, Virginia?
I mean, definitely like a great childhood. I've, born and raised here in Alexandria, Virginia. Just like the prototypical childhood, like, just playing sports ever since I could walk pretty much. And then, like football, basketball, baseball, and then going to high school, doing the same. And then being fortunate enough to, end up playing football in college. So, yeah, definitely a great upbringing. Have one younger brother who did everything the same. So, it was always great to have him to play in the yard with or, go to practice with. So, yeah, pretty good childhood, I would say.
When did you start playing ball?
I played football, I want to say third grade.
Okay.
That was back when we had rules, certain weight limit, you couldn't carry the ball. So I was always playing O and D line. And then,
so you were above that weight limit then, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think, it was written that I should be an O lineman just because of that. And it ended up happening.
And ended up working out. So you mentioned baseball and basketball. Are those the two other sports you played growing up?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm assuming you're probably good at basketball, no?
Yeah, actually, I mean, I'd like to think so. Had some good footwork in the post, but I think the jump shot didn't develop as much as I wanted, so I'm glad I chose football.
Yeah, you definitely make the right call. So why don't you walk me through your recruitment process? So I believe you originally committed to Illinois, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I just I was actually a tight end coming out of high school, and then took a few visits. And when I took one of my officials to Illinois, like it was the one school that wasn't on the East Coast, and I took a visit out there, and I really just was like, I think I want to go out here. It's a great school, great football program, and just kind of try something different. And I'm really glad I did.
I actually, I'm from Ajax, Ontario, Canada. So I actually have a friend of mine who just committed to Illinois, Isaiah Adams. He's an offensive tackle. Yeah, so he actually just committed to the University of Illinois as well. So shout out Isaiah. But so you ended up committing was you committed as a tight end, or were you already an offensive tackle at that point?
I was a tight end, and I actually played tight end there for a year and a half.
Okay, cool. So then what was the transition from Illinois to William & Mary? Walk me through that.
It was actually a great transition. I mean, I think it just starts with the people that were at William & Mary. Just, first and foremost, great people. And then for anyone who's been around William & Mary or CAA football, it's still a place that's really passionate about football.
Yeah.
Passionate about winning. So great people. And when everyone around has that same desire to be great at football, it was pretty easy.
So did you transfer your third year after Illinois?
Yeah. After my third year, I transferred.
So 2019 was your first season at William & Mary.
Fall 2019 was my first year.
Okay, so did you transition from tight end to offensive line at Illinois, or did that not happen to William and Mary?
At Illinois. So
Gotcha.
my third year at Illinois was my first full year of playing offensive line.
Gotcha. And then did you start right away your first year at William and Mary at offensive tackle?
Yeah, I did. I played left tackle mostly when I got
Okay.
there, and then yeah, just when I from when I got there to where I am now, it's night and day. Like
Yeah.
a lot of credit gives to my teammates and my offensive line coach. Just it's night and day.
So COVID hits. So you start 12 games in 2019 at William and Mary, and then COVID hits. What did you kind of do during that COVID year? Like what did you kind of focus on? Because especially for a smaller school like William and Mary, I'm assuming that a lot of the kind of athletics programs and stuff like that did get shut down, and it was kind of taken from you. So what did you kind of have to do to keep your mind right and your body right?
Yeah, no, I think I mean it felt like it was like 20 years through COVID. It just lasted so long. But then I mean I think me and specifically like a few of our O-line, like I lived with them and their O-line guys. I think we really took advantage of the COVID time just to stay sharp mentally. And then it was pretty funny because all the gyms were closed. So my one roommate, Ryan Ripley, he's a center.
Mhm.
He's much more of a handyman than me, and so he built a squat rack in our garage.
That's innovation right there, baby.
Exactly. He
Yeah.
built a squat rack, had a bunch of vintage dumbbells and plates, and then we live right by some it's like a public turf field, so
Okay.
not much change for us, I guess. It did get a little grimy down in my garage, like we would invite we'd have it one time up to like 6 or 7 guys in a garage just lifting. But I mean, it was some great memories. Really just doing what we had to do to stay in shape.
I could kind of picture that garage setting right there. 5 to 7 offensive linemen lift the weights in the garage. That's
They all were like, yeah, I mean, I can't really do that many workouts at home. I might as well just come back and work out with you guys. So
that's awesome. That's hilarious. All right, so 2021 hits, man, and this is where your career takes off. So Phil Steele, All-American 4-team honors, All CEA first team selection. Phil Steele, All CEA first team, started all 8 games at offensive tackle there. You were pretty much the star of that offensive line. What clicked that year? How were you able to kind of dominate the 2021 year at William & Mary?
I think just in terms of me personally, it was just a mindset thing. I just with, again, like we were talking, like that whole time with COVID, it's like our offensive line coach just says, like, becoming a master of your craft. I really just, for lack of a better word, just hunkered down and really just learned our offense inside and out. All we could really do during COVID was like footwork and hand placement. I was just working on that every day. And yeah, I mean, I think we had a great offensive line this year. I would say we had the best in the conference. Like we just all 5 guys, whoever was in, didn't matter. We were all clicking at all times. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about our offensive line coach, Gordon Samus. He really is just the best coach I've ever had, pretty much. And yeah, I think that's why I was able to have success.
All right, so you are 6'7", which is pretty tall as an offensive tackle. Do you study do you study similar guys like on tape with kind of the same body type, I guess, body type as you?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I do that, and then I also study guys with completely different body types. I like to get a mix of everything. So I'd say like the first guy I kind of watched consistently a lot was actually Trent Williams, and I would say it's a completely different body comp, but like, I mean, stuff he does is ridiculous. I don't think there's any lineman in the NFL better than him over this last like 7 or 8 year stretch. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I watch him a lot, but then again, for like guys with similar body types, I would watch like Whitworth or Nate Solder back when he was on the Patriots, and then a lot of Villanueva, just like tall guys who can move, who can bend, move, use their length to their advantage. So yeah, there's a lot of, definitely a lot of great guys to study.
I'm an Eagles guy. I remember King Dunlap. You ever see a King Dunlap?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was a big boy.
He's probably like 6'10".
Yeah, I think he's like got a few inches even on you there. So how did the William & Mary Pro Day go?
It went good. I mean, it was pouring rain, which, we don't have an indoor, so it wasn't the best situation. But, like, I really don't think it impacted times that much. I mean, it was you know, you still have to go out there and run and perform. So I think it went pretty well. I felt like I was really prepared for it. So yeah, I was happy with what I was able to put on the numbers.
So you also had a top 30 visit with the Los Angeles Chargers. Why don't you kind of walk me through that process?
Yeah, it was a great experience. Getting to go out there, and they have great people out there. I got to meet a lot of people within the organization, a few players, coaches, front office, and people from all facets of the organization. And then just great facilities, great area. They're in a really great area. It's not like the hustle and bustle of LA. It's more laid back area. So I had a really great experience out there.
All right, let's take it off the field, Andrew. Let's kind of talk about your just what you do when you're not playing football. What are some hobbies? What do you like to do for fun?
Yeah, I'm a really just simple guy. Just obviously like hanging out with friends and family. Big sports fan of especially the DC sports. I'm a diehard Wizards fan, so
that's been tough for you, I guess, the last few years. I guess.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of agony in this household.
Yeah.
But, doing that, play some video games here and there. Just not too much to me, but yeah.
My dad grew up a diehard Washington Redskins fan, so I can kind of attribute to that. Looking at John Riggins on my wall, I got Joe Gibbs right there. So
yeah, that was a great era.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna end this off. I'm gonna fire like 6-7 rapid fire questions your way. Answer with 1-word answers or whatever, and we'll get off on that. How's that sound?
That's perfect. Yeah.
All right, let's rock it. Andrew, favorite fast food place?
Wendy's.
Wendy's. That was an out the box one. I've got a lot of Chick-fil-A the last few interviews. So, but my Wendy's was actually my very first job. Grade 9,
really?
I worked at Wendy's. Yeah, I worked there for a year and a half. I got my fast food duties out of the way early.
I mean, I don't go too much. I don't really go too much, but it is a guilty pleasure, like once every while.
So, player you want to mold your game around. I know we kind of already talked about this, but is there a certain guy you're like, all right, this is the dude that this is a career path I want to follow. This is kind of the footwork and everything involved with an offensive lineman that you want to build your game around.
I'd say Whitworth, just because his longevity. I mean, he's the ultimate, like people always say, the ultimate pro's pro. Like he's just great off the field, great on the field. He played like into his 40s, and I mean, I always say like just play football as long as I can. That's that'd be awesome.
You can only listen to one artist for the rest of your career before games. Who is that artist you were listening to before games?
That is a tough one. I'd have to say maybe just Drake, because he has so many songs. I wouldn't say he's my favorite artist, but he's got so many songs, so you wouldn't get tired of like 2 or 3 after a while.
You got the Canadian and me happy right there, Andrew.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show is probably Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm always quoting that. I've watched it through like 5 times. It's definitely my go-to.
Good answer. Favorite movie?
It's definitely a tough one. I like The Patriot with Mel Gibson.
Okay.
That's one of those movies. Whenever it's on TV, whatever you're doing, you just got to finish it.
Yeah. So you could have a coffee or a beer with one person in the world. The person could be dead or alive. Who is that person you're having that coffee/beer with?
I think the guy who I grew up idolizing was actually Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, okay.
My dad's a Reds fan, and so just growing up watching him play there, he's because just growing up a baseball fan, he was unreal. Call him the kid. Just he had the perfect swing. So love to just have a coffee or beer with him and just talk about his career.
Got a Wizards and a Reds fan in the same household. Probably not a lot of excitement going on there with you guys.
Especially this year, it's a rough one.
All right, last one, Andrew. If you could do any other job besides football, this job cannot include scouting, being a coach, can't involve football at all. What is that job you would like to do?
Yeah, I'm pretty open to a lot of job careers, and then so I actually finished up in the spring my MBA at William & Mary. So hopefully this football thing lasts a long time and I don't have to worry about it in the near future. But as soon as it's over, looking to get a job and maybe either like commercial real estate or wealth management, something like that.
Offensive tackle for William & Mary, Andrew Trainer. Andrew, thanks so much for doing this, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.